Tonight on The Edge, a dangerous suspect remains on the run.
Well, now the U.S. Marshals are getting involved. They're looking for a man who was accused of opening fire on Taylor Police. Fox News' Jessica Dupnack joins us live with more on this search. Jessica.
We are talking about 19-year-old Ryan Ramsey. His alias is Strike Baby. He's known to frequent really all over Wayne County. Now, Taylor police have been looking for him since last Tuesday. He allegedly fired shots at them, dropped his weapon, then ran off. But the local PDs, they need a little help with this one. That's why they're enlisting the folks that find fugitives for a living, the U.S. Marshals.
He needs to get off the streets.
Plain and simple, armed and dangerous.
Without even a second glance, he started shooting at the police.
An active warrant for 19-year-old Ryan Christopher Ramsey, a.k.a. Strike Baby, for allegedly shooting at Taylor police officers last Tuesday here at the Ponds Townhomes off Eureka near Inkster Road. Officers were there for an unrelated call when they spotted Ramsey acting odd.
It appeared that he was walking like stiff-legged, holding his leg, that based upon the officer's training, they believed that he was in possession of a rifle.
They were right.
He took off running, and as they went to pursue him, he pulled a rifle out of his pant leg and fired a round off at the officers.
Lieutenant Frank Canning with Taylor Police said no one was shot and officers did not return fire. Quickly, they developed a suspect and say it was Ramsey. They soon learned he was wanted for questioning in a recent homicide in Inkster. Their investigation led them to a home in Van Buren Township Friday and ex-girlfriends where they executed a search warrant preparing for the worst case scenario.
A higher risk search warrant, we would have a tactical team, so that night we had the assistance of the Homeland Security's tactical operations, along with Downriver's SWAT.
Ramsey was not there, and after that, he even started taunting police on social media, rapping about how he was able to get away. Taylor Police now enlisting the U.S. Marshals in their search. Based on what he's wanted for, the LT says do not approach.
Ryan should know that his days on the run are numbered.
Yeah, those U.S. Marshals are pretty good. Now, Taylor Police, they've been working off tips the last couple of days. They are, of course, still looking for more tips, but important, if you know where Ryan Ramsey is, do not approach. Call 911 instead. Reporting live, Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
Yeah, Jess, you know when the feds are involved, it is serious business. Any idea on how those officers are doing, how the people who were involved in this situation, how they're doing as well?
Well, I mean, you're talking about a rifle that was pointed right at them. One shot fired. No one was injured, but it could have gone very differently. And the concern now is if you're going to shoot at officers once, who's to say you won't do it again? So they're taking this very seriously. A lot of caution here.
Jessica Dupnack, we appreciate it. Thank you. Well, a string of incidents involving mail carriers also has Taylor Police on alert.
They are looking for a group of men targeting postal workers. The latest incident happening at the Courtyards apartment at Townhome Complex off Eureka near Beach Daily. Police say a postal worker was approached by three masked men, one of them pointing a gun at her back. They were after the equipment that can get them access to multi-unit mailboxes. Police believe it is the same group involved in that similar robbery earlier this month at Ponds Townhomes, less than a mile away. No mail was taken in either case. The mail carriers were not injured. On almost day 12 of the UAW strike, workers are prepping for visits from President Biden and former President Trump.
It is no secret that the path to the White House goes through Michigan, and this is one way to make a statement. Fox News' Dave Kinchin has reaction from the picket line.
So typically labor is politically aligned with the Democratic Party, but what we found is that UAW workers, many over at Ford Michigan Assembly, they look forward to hearing from both President Biden and former President Trump when it comes to how their future might be impacted with the big three.
Actually, I really don't like neither one, so.
Elton Wheeler is one of many Ford workers with a take on President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump meeting with auto workers this week as the UAW's historic strike against the Detroit Three continues. You don't like either one, why?
I just don't like the taxes they use, you know what I'm saying, on the world, you know what I'm saying, and we all in a bad situation as it is. This is why we out here striking for more money.
We found rank and file reaction is indeed mixed, with Biden set to join UAW President Shawn Fain on the picket line Tuesday.
Hopefully he's on our side. I would expect that. He says that he's labor friendly, so I hope that he does come with some good intentions to benefit us.
Meantime, Trump will meet with about 500 workers Wednesday at Drake Enterprises, an auto parts supplier in Clinton Township.
Well, hopefully there's no fighting, and him and Biden can stay neutral, but I feel like that's a good thing too. Our old president's coming, he's supporting us, Biden's supporting us, so more love, more the merrier.
The stakes get higher every day. The union says they are closer with Ford on striking a deal than they are with Stellantis and GM. Unifor, which represents Canadian workers, ratified a 3-year agreement with Ford and have now turned their sights onto GM to strike a deal there.
President Biden is coming here to, I think, help fulfill his promise to be the most pro-union president that we've ever had. I think it would look a little strange if he didn't show up and support them and try to make that claim.
Dave Dulio is a political science professor at Oakland University. He also weighed in on the impact of Trump's visit.
In 2016, when he came to Michigan and campaigned on issues mainly around trade and manufacturing jobs and talked to voters, many of them whom worked for Ford, Stellantis, GM, suppliers, and talked about backing out of redoing NAFTA, backing out of the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which he did, renegotiated NAFTA, and I think he's going to try to talk to those same voters in that same way.
Meantime, Stellantis put out a statement reacting to the presidential visits, underscoring their position that it's important to have a contract that benefits both labor and the company as they transition into electrification. They also reinforced the numbers that they're offering the union: 21.4% compounded wage increases, also $1 billion in job retirement security, as well as boosted job security, too. In downtown Detroit, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
Well, police could use some help solving a murder case in Northwest Detroit.
The family is still searching for answers 6 years after losing their loved one on September 25th, 2017. Deontay Box was found shot and killed outside his home on Ohio Street. Deontay owned a flower shop in Lathrop Village. He was just 32 years old. Speaking today, his family says that nothing was stolen from his home, and they believe it was a targeted attack.
Somebody knows something. Somebody always know. It's been 6 years. Again, we always miss them. We never have 4 piece, but it's time we get some type of closure to know what happened.
Crime Stoppers is offering a $2,500 cash reward for information leading to an arrest in this case. Call 1-800-SPEAK-UP. You will remain anonymous.
4 high school students in a courtroom facing attempted murder and robbery charges. A judge ruled the teens will be tried as adults. Police say the boys, ages 14 and 15, shot a drug dealer near Warren Woods Tower Heights earlier this month. The shooting forcing that school into lockdown. He didn't die, but the individual is now paralyzed. Police say the group planned this attack and they're due back in court next month.
A new job program in Wayne County is looking to give some with criminal records a second chance. Job Court helps those with nonviolent and low-level convictions get a job. The program was announced back in June, but has not gained much traction, with only 18 people signing up. There is room for about 180 more people in the program. After a year of work, convictions will be dropped.
It's the end of the line for a nearly century-old church in Detroit's Midtown. Crews have begun demolishing the St. Patrick Catholic Church on Parsons Street. It was built in 1926, sat vacant for several years, the parish holding its last mass there in 2015. Efforts to rehab the church were deemed too expensive. The Archdiocese of Detroit is selling the property and had to demolish the church as part of the sale.
Let's turn to weather because fall is quickly setting in.
Coming in fast, but we're hearing some rain might be on the way. Weather Authority Rich Luterman joining us to let us know. Rich?
Tara and Brenda, we had a great weekend, of course, with lots of sunshine, warmer temperatures. Now we have a more unsettled pattern for the next few days, but we could use some rain, so it's not a bad thing. Notice the light showers that have been around through the afternoon and evening hours. There's our culprit. Low pressure spinning near Minneapolis. That's going to eventually rotate across the southern Great Lakes. That'll happen over the next few days. Now, we're not expecting any all-day soakers, but some occasional showers tonight, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. You can see where the action is mostly on the east side up to Port Huron on the Canadian side of the border as well. How about live pictures from the Sioux Locks? A little cool up there, but it is the end of September, 61 degrees. Our daytime high 69, the morning low 60s. So when you put all the numbers together, about 3 degrees above where we should be. There are the records today, 93 and 34. How about these numbers? 60 in Pontiac and in Mount Clemens, 63 Ann Arbor, 66 over at City Airport. The breeze is light, but the flow is from the east and northeast, and that's going to keep us rather soupy, rather cool for the next couple of days. 61 Cadillac, 63 in Marquette. A lot of green on the map, but you said it, Brandon. It is now officially fall. So this is the story, and we're stuck with it. Watch what happens to low pressure out to our west. It's going to move slowly south and east, and we're going to be under the influence of that low. So as a result, scattered showers over the next couple of days, but nothing heavy and certainly no severe weather. For the rest of tonight, cloudy, a couple light showers down to 60 degrees. Tomorrow, back to 68. Clouds and occasional showers, and then check out that 7-day forecast. Boy, another good weekend coming up for us. So we'll deal with some damp weather at times through Thursday. Friday's our transition day, and look at that, Saturday and Sunday, middle 70s, Brandon. How about a Full check starting at 4 a.m.?